Hello, I'm Julia Rogers Hamrick, and I wanted to add some things to the video I made the other day and uploaded about the only safe place. Here in the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, when so many people are going through what has to be one of the biggest challenges they've ever faced, sometimes we can feel helpless. Like we want to be of service, and other than writing a check to the Red Cross or the Salvation Army, there just doesn't seem to be that much we can do. Well, of course, many of us are tuned into prayer, and that's awesome. I think it's really, really hugely important that we keep our vibrations high, that we are in easy world. 'Cause easy world is the high vibrational state that love creates. And it does not help those people going through a challenging time when we are in difficult world ourselves out of some sort of feeling of allegiance, that the empathy that really isn't serving those people. What we've got to do is keep our vibration high, stay in that space of peace, and yes, even joy. It doesn't take away from those people at all who are suffering when you're joyful. In fact, it lifts everyone up. Your joy contributes to the higher vibrational level of the whole of humanity. So when you're joyful, and it's an exponential thing, it's not just, oh, well, what am I, just one little drop in the bucket? No, there is an effect, an electromagnetic effect that brings other people's if you read Recreating Eden, my first book, you'll understand when I say brings their magnets into alignment. The joy that you are experiencing affects other people to come into alignment with their own spirit, with love, and to feel a little more joyful too. And when that all adds up, it's a very, very powerful thing. And why do we need to be in joy? What's important about that? Joy is your emotional response to being at higher vibration, and higher vibration is where you have access to wisdom. There's no wisdom at lower vibration. There may be your rational mind's good ideas, or I should do this, or I ought to do that, or I could do that. But the real powerful, inspirational, or inspired ideas come when you're at the higher vibrational level that you are in at when you experience joy. And that's when the ideas you have are going to bear fruit. That is when you're going to be inspired to do the thing that needs to be done, not just taking some action to make yourself feel like you're doing something. When you make your first priority to rise in vibration, to center yourself, to align with spirit and be in that higher vibrational space of love, then what you're inspired to do will really make a powerful difference. And so that is, one of the most important things about being at higher vibration is that you actually are able to help. Um, and like I said, in the very first place, if you maintain your vibrational level so that you're experiencing joy, or at least just peace and calm, then you have lifted up the vibration of the whole, so that people who are going through these challenges will automatically, or as Rick likes to say, automagically, at a little bit higher vibration, maybe a lot higher vibration, especially if what you're doing is coming up with, or not coming up with, that sounds like you're digging down into your left brain to figure. Let's say this: if you are being inspired by spirit to do something really practical that will actually be very helpful, then that's also a ripple that goes out. So it's just, it's very tempting. I'm saying this from my own experience. It's very tempting to almost feel guilty about being warm and dry when you know people are damp and cold and don't have power, and they must be feeling really um, scared and miserable, but it doesn't help to go there yourself. The way that I understand it is we have the experiences we do at the distance away from the experience that we do because we have different roles at different times. When we're smack dab in the middle of something, our role is, in some cases, just merely to survive. But our role is an up close role. When we are not affected in that kind of direct way, where in this case, where our house has not been smashed by a tree or flooded, or the power's out and we're cold and we need a ventilator, as some people have really been seriously affected who have medical conditions and depend on power to actually physically survive from moment to moment. If we're not going through that, then our role is to do what is called for wherever we are. And there's a sort of a hierarchy, not like a high-low hierarchy. I guess that's not exactly right, but there's a divine order to where we are placed during any um, traumatic situation. And when you are like I am, outside of the direct catastrophic effects, then I feel that my role is to keep myself centered, to keep myself focused on, um, well, what's going right about the situation. Focus on the love, connect with people in a loving way, be kind and gentle to myself, and to think affirmative thoughts and call on the angels, whatever it is that you feel that you can do where you are, do that. But the um, notion of, well, because they're in deep trouble, we have to jump into that mode where we feel some kind of survival level feeling for them, just doesn't, it's a terrible pun, doesn't hold water. It's not what we need to be doing. So let me see, I had another note here, let me check this. Yeah, one of the things that works at all levels of the situation, no matter how close or far you are from it, is to surrender to your spirit, surrender to love, and say, I am open, willing, and ready to do whatever you tell me to do. Because your spirit is, people have different ways of expressing what your spirit is. Your spirit essentially is your interface with the wisdom of all that is, with the great mind, the great intelligence of all that is. And that part of you, that truth of you, that greater truth of you, always knows what's going on. It knows what's going on throughout all of creation at any given moment. And the more you are surrendered to your spirit, the more you are going to be just automatically guided to do what's needed, automatically be guided to be where you need to be, automatically guided to know what you need to know, and so on. So, right now, the most helpful thing you can do is stay in Easy World, the world that love creates, the world of higher vibration, where we're not worried about, oh, what if that happened to me? How awful would that be? Oh gosh, I can almost feel how cold they are. I can almost feel how upset they are. No, go to the higher place, center yourself in love, be grateful in the moment for whatever you're experiencing in your life that is as you desire it to be. Because I can almost promise you that the people who are in dire straits right now um, don't begrudge you a moment that you're warm and dry. They want to be warm and dry too. So the more you feel grateful for that and extend that and pray that for other people, the more empowered
Well, for
everyone
some
is.
unknown reason, the video cut itself off before I finished talking, but maybe that was Spirit's way of telling me to wrap it up. So, I did want to mention just briefly that the most empowering thing that a human being can do, what we're designed to do, is radiate love. So, center yourself in your heart and let the love well up there and let it burst forth like light from the sun. And the love will bless all and uplift all. I'm Julia Rogers Hamrick. Love to all.